Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it.
Time to rise and meet the challenge. Baba Shuaib is calling you out. Meet Baba Shuaib, a correctional officer with a mission. Today he's throwing down the gauntlet to the mushriks, no more holding back. With his logo shirt and cap, Baba Shuaib sits tall and confident. He says, the time for action is now. It's time to rise, to push past limits, and to become the best versions of ourselves. Baba Shuaib believes in the power of determination and resilience. His challenge is simple. Stand up, face your fears, and conquer them. Every day is a new opportunity, he says. An opportunity to grow stronger, to be better, and to leave a mark on the world. So, are you ready to accept Baba Shuaib's challenge? Are you ready to rise above and beyond? Join Baba Shuaib and let's show the world what we're made of, because the only limit is the one you set for yourself.
Peace be to you all. Let me see. Sound check. Mic is okay, right? Yeah. For those on Facebook and YouTube, I hope you can hear me, right? Kindly give me a signal if you can hear me. Yeah. Okay, so I'm streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Yeah, I just got the information that this guy, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk. Let me see. Charlie Kirk has been shot at Utah Valley University. There was an event going on and he's been shot. American political activist. There are some interesting videos of him that I've watched. But now, according to the news, some other news stations are saying he's dead. Some are saying he's dead. Yeah, some news stations are saying he's dead. Okay, so there's a latest news now that he's dead. He died. Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. I guess he lost an amount of blood. Oh, that's very sad. You know, I like some of his dialogues, right? His public dialogues with the people when they ask him questions and how he tried to let people look stupid in the confrontations, right? But I don't think I don't understand why somebody would want him dead. But well, we live in a crazy world, so yeah. Let's be careful out there. Anyways, thank you all for coming once again. Assalamu alaikum. I'm streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok simultaneously. Shout outs to all those on TikTok. Kindly share so other people can join. I don't know. My Facebook stream, can it be seen? I don't know. Some people said. Okay, my Facebook stream can be seen, right? Yeah. So people can see me on Facebook also. So I'm streaming live from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok simultaneously. I'm trying to register myself on Twitch and then Kick live stream, Twitch and Kick, right? So I got an extra phone here. Then I think I can use about 4 streams or 5 streams at the same time. So let's see how far we can go with this. Yeah, salam. Yeah, Nur Melanie. Yeah, he's only 31 years of age, right? Who is Charlie Kirk? He's what? Charles James Kirk is an American right-wing political activist, author, and media personality. He co-founded the conservative organization Turning Point USA in 2012, for which he serves as executive director. He's a young guy. He just died at 31. Somebody shot him. Quite unfortunate. I don't know. We are yet to know why the person shot him, but yes, it's quite unfortunate. But anyways, let's go on with this. So let me give some shout outs to all those who are here, especially to those on Facebook and YouTube. Give you shout outs. So let me see. Yeah, we have Jibril. Jibril says you have 2 lives running. No, I think I took down the other one. The real Mishiza Sniper, Mikhail, Mazlan, Asa B4Gs, Brother Omar, Sister Iram, Safety, Sister Khadija, I see you, Mom. What am I missing here? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we have Noura, say salam. Michael and Noura from USA. Nice to meet you, Michael. We have is it Belsha, MLJ, Mamlai, Fariberry, Adam, Jihan, I see you, JS. I was having sorry withdrawals. Yeah. Yeah, I see Adam. There's Jazz for not coming last week. Okay. Yeah, Christian, Tani. Yes, Tani says Charlie Kirk speaks a lot up against the LGBT community. His videos are good. Yeah, I like his videos. Right? People don't like, most people don't like people who speak the truth, right? So if you're a fan of telling the truth, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Melanie. If you're a fan of telling the truth, that's what happens. So we have let me see. Barry, salam to you. You can do this. Hadi, salam to you. Momoki, Pak, Semma, Optic, Bilal. Salam to all those who are joining now. Idrisu says, please, I need your WhatsApp number. I want to debate you. I will open the the calling session. You can call when I'm ready. I'll give you the chance. Do you want to debate me? Fine. Then we will see if you are competent enough. So AB disciple. Yeah, salam to all those who are joining. I appreciate your presence. Thank you all for coming. And also for those on TikTok, I can see Gaba saying, pastor of you have to write Charlie Cake. I think at this moment, 2 minutes ago, I just checked the news. He's dead. He's confirmed dead. I think he lost a lot of blood. Yes. K, the first to heal. K, I see you. Peace. Akil, I see you. Peace to you. Risha Green, thank you. God bless you for being around. I see Mohammed Nurullah. I see Maggie. I see Flash. I see you. Flashpoint. Yes, brother Zaid. I see you. Zara Zen. Who is Charlie? Never heard of him. Yes, I just read about him, so you should know, or you can Google it. Yeah, you know. He's a young guy, so maybe that's why you didn't know. He's a young guy. Hassan, say that. Salam alaikum from Johannesburg, South Africa. Salam to you. Say that. He died. I seen the full video. Oh, that's sad. Mohammed Balushi. We have Minosabi Koba, right? Charlie died. Tony HD. Yes, thank you for all those who are here. Kindly share so other people can join. Truth Unchained. Salam to you. So we have about 50 people watching live on TikTok, and then we have about 60 people watching on, let me see, on YouTube. Yeah, it's been a while because last week I was not on a live stream. I wasn't on a live stream, both TikTok, and I wasn't around. I was busy with my kids. So yeah. Now I'm back. You have me online now. And let's kick some asses. Let me see. Yeah, so we have about 55 people watching on YouTube. Yeah. So let's go. So thank you all for coming. I appreciate your presence. God bless you all. I seek refuge with Allah against the accursed devil. So let's put the devil on the side for now. Right? Mm-hmm. Said what? Yeah. Yes. I think he does have some views against some people will say I think Islam, but I see it as having views against the mainstream version of Islam. That is the sectarians. But yes, I need to look deeper into this. So let me see. We have Dawan Sharif, salam to you. Jake, peace to you. We have Radmon Farouk, salam to you. Yeah, bro. I wasn't able to get back to you, unfortunately. Anyways, thank you all for coming. I appreciate that. So I have this video from Ahmed Mansour, Subie. There's a scholar from Egypt. It's called Ahmed Mansour Subie. And apart from that, I have a video from this guy who is talking about, many a times they like to call us Quranists, right? There's this guy called Farhan Ahmed Zia. Farhan Ahmed Zia. So he made a short video saying Quranist. And I keep telling people that slogan is something we shouldn't accept when they keep calling us Quranist. Abu Bakar Jalil, Jenjeni, thank you for the gift on Facebook. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. God bless. So these are things that I forgot. These are things that people will keep tagging you with, right? They just want us to look like a sect, another sect, where they can have a reason to tag you with something where people can actually not see you as a Muslim. Remember, they are proud to be part of sects, and because they are sectarians, they want you to be like them, one of them. So that's why they try their best. That's why they try their best to give you names, to tag you with these names, right? But anyways, let's go. Before we go, let me try to put the first video here. Let me see here. This is the one from Farhan. Then the other one from Ahmed. Now, so you're not play. Okay, anyways, let me play the video from this guy, Farhan Ahmed Zia. Let's get to hear what he has to say, right? So many times they think they have an argument, but let's see what he has to say.
If you reject the hadith, you are already not a Muslim. You essentially reject the Quran as well. You also reject tafsir of the Quran, you reject the ulama, you reject the entire scholarly and Islamic tradition. Another point, how would you even know the Quran is preserved? You have no basis or evidence to prove its preservation without hadith. Technically, you also can't prove that the Quran itself came from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, revelation from with him, if you reject the hadith. You would also be rejecting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life. You would actually know nothing about him. You could follow no seerah as you reject all hadith. You would not know the details of how to implement the Quran, as the Prophet was the walking Quran. And when the Quran says how to pray, how to fast, you would not know what it means or how to actually do these actions. How would you pray? What would the conditions of fasting be? What would the details of performing Hajj be?
Let's go again. Let me play the video again.
If you reject the hadith, you are already not a Muslim. You essentially reject the Quran as well. You also reject tafsir of the Quran, you reject the ulama, you reject the entire scholarly and Islamic tradition. Another point, how would you even know the Quran is preserved? You have no basis or evidence to prove its preservation without hadith. Technically, you also can't prove that the Quran itself came from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, revelation from with him, if you reject the hadith. You would also be rejecting Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life. You would actually know nothing about him. You could follow no seerah as you reject all hadith. You would not know the details of how to implement the Quran, as the Prophet was the walking Quran. And when the Quran says how to pray, how to fast, you would not know what it means or how to actually do these actions. How would you pray? What would the conditions of fasting be? What would the details of performing Hajj be?
Yeah. So when they start saying things like this, they think they have an argument, right? I'm just going to puncture the holes into the argument. Then you see that they don't actually have an argument. So these are the things they keep saying to the mainstream sheeple that they have out there. So they keep telling these people this kind of statements, but they don't seem to see the loopholes whilst asking those questions, because they find hadith to be authoritative over the Quran psychologically, subconsciously. When they are talking to you, this is how they feel. They feel like the hadith is authoritative over the Quran, like it dominates the Quran, which means Quran cannot speak for itself or do anything. It is the hadith which has to do everything for the Quran. So to them, when they mention hadith, hadith is the prophet. This is their psychology. I'm not joking with you. I'm telling you the honest truth. The psychology of a mushrik, a Sunni, a sectarian, is that hadith garbage hadith is the Prophet. Then the Quran is God. But God cannot speak for himself. So it is the garbage book, which represent their fake prophet they created, the imaginary one, which now has to explain this, which is God. This is their understanding. So that's why when you reject hadith, according to them, automatically you are rejecting the Prophet. Yet they are the biggest hadith rejectors on earth, the Sunnis especially. They reject most hadith from Imam Bukhari. Look, listen carefully. According to their own garbage hadith, Sahih Muslim 3004, listen carefully. The Prophet said, according to their own hadith, I'm quoting, I don't believe in this trash, but let me tell you what it says. The Prophet says, La taktubu anni, wa man kataba anni ghayra al-Qur'an falyamhuhu. Then he says, Wa addithu anni. He says, do not write from me anything. Do not write from him except the Quran. La taktubu anni. Then he says, ghayra al-Qur'an. Do not write anything except the Quran, right? Then he says, Woman kataba anni ghayra al-Quran falyamhuhu. You should efface it, take it out, erase it if you write anything other than the Quran. Then he says, according to the same hadith, then he says, Wahadithu anni. Wahadithu anni. If I say narrate something from me, doesn't mean write it down. These people don't understand the difference between kataba and hadith. If I say narrate, based on what he is saying, he said something. The moment you have to write down something, it becomes legislation, it becomes a law, it becomes something which is binding on people because you have to write it to pass it over. That's why it's binding. Quran is binding. Upon the Prophet, Quran chapter 28, verse 85, read up to 87. That is the book God has made binding on the Prophet. Inna allazi farada alayka al-Quran laradduka ila mad. So it told him that the one who imposed this Quran upon you will bring you back to a place of return. So now, this Quran is what is binding. The Quran is what is binding. So it makes sense for the Prophet to now tell the people, you should only write the Quran, because the other things that you are saying is not binding on people. Look, as a matter of fact, they don't have a single hadith when the Prophet actually prophesied that there will be somebody called Imam Bukhari, or there will be somebody called Imam Muslim, or Tirmidhi, or An-Nasai, or Abi Dawood, and so they're all trash they keep giving you, or Ibn Majah. Nowhere did the Prophet make such a prophecy. It doesn't exist, right? Then all of a sudden, you have people now writing hadith books. Look, it's not the Prophet who gave them authority to write this trash they call guidance. The Prophet didn't give them that authority. As a matter of fact, he never met Imam Bukhari, somebody who came 199 years after the Prophet, which means he was 16 years when he started writing hadith books. Imam Bukhari was 16 years when he started writing hadith books. What are you expecting to get salvation from a 16 years old for what? Seriously. Out of their foolishness, are they not the same people who told you that the prophets, God chose them when they are at the age of 40? Or they will tell you normally prophets are at the age of 40, the sectarians. This is what they will tell you, that God chooses them. He chooses a mature person to lead. So now you have people telling you that if you reject hadith, Bukhari's hadith, you are a kafir. If you reject Sahih Muslim's hadith, you are a kafir. What kind of nonsense is this? When we have your scholars themselves are rejecting certain hadiths. I swear to God, quote a particular hadith, a contradictive Sahih hadith, which the scholars have classified as Sahih. The Isnad, Sahih, everything, Sahih. Give it to a scholar. Because he can see the contradiction clearly, he will tell you this hadith, no, I don't agree with this. I'll come back. Let me go and check another one. Really? So Muhammad Hijab told all of you that they are the biggest hadith rejectors. And it's a fact, it's not a joke. They're the Sunnis themselves. So in that particular hadith I'm quoting, Sahih Muslim 3004, according to the hadith, the Prophet said, and whoever will fabricate lies about him should find his resting place or sitting place in the hellfire. If you fabricate a lie, just a single lie about him, you should find your resting place in hellfire. So my question to the bozos is, since Imam Bukhari has lies in his book, Imam Bukhari, he has lies in the book. He wrote the book. Even he wrote more than how many? 300,000 and so. But these mushriks are using 5,000 only for now. And even that 5,000 is full of trash. So now, this Sahih hadith they are using is full of lies again and contradictions. But according to your own Sahih Muslim hadith, which some of them will say it has been abrogated, which is not abrogated, because I don't know. According to them, they say the hadith explains the Quran. But yet, when you bring the hadith, a scholar still has to explain the hadith in order to explain, hey, my God, the explanation of the explanation has an explanation by somebody who has not been authorized to do explanation. Okay. So they are confused, right? But let me tackle the video of this guy. I just want to take it bit by bit. Then you get to know the contradiction from the things they say, right? Okay. Check this.
If you reject the hadith, you are already not a Muslim. You essentially...
Number one, if you reject the hadith, you are already not a Muslim. This is a fallacy. I swear to God, you leave me one-on-one with this guy, I'll crush him with this statement. I'll crush him. This statement, again, he has committed a fallacy. He said, remember, there's no exception. He made a general statement, no exception. If you reject a hadith, you are a kafir. So, wallahi lazim, they themselves, they reject hadith books. I'm not joking with you. They themselves, I have hadiths that I can quote them where they reject it. And these hadiths are classified as sahih. It is mutawatir. The isnad is authentic, is strong. Not one person narrating, 2, 3, 4 people. And these people will reject it in the face, right in front of you. So if you make such a stupid statement like this, that if I reject hadith, you are a kafir. When did this thing arise? When did this legislation emanate? Where did it start from? Was it a prophet who started that statement? Seriously, where? Who implemented this legislation? Because the last time I checked, Quran chapter 42, verse 21, God is asking, Am lahum shuraka ushara'u lahum min ad-din ma lam ya'zanu bi illah. Do they have associates or idols or partners who legislate for them of a religion to which God has not authorized? Do they have that? Because according to these bozos, their scholars are the ones giving them these mandates. Yes, it's their scholars. If you ask them, they say ulama, always ulama, our ulama, our ulama. If you ask them, just mention one okay, many of the time they put these 4 scholars. They have Hanbali, Shafi'i, Hanafi, Maliki. They like using these 4 scholars a lot, especially the Sunnis. And even these scholars don't agree with each other on everything. So they have formed an opinionated version of a religion, which is not Islamic, by the way. Do you get my point? Okay. But his first statement, you heard what he said. If you reject hadith, you are a what? You are a kafir. This is what he said. Now it goes.
A Muslim, you essentially reject the Quran as well.
According to them, if you reject the garbage books they have, if you reject the garbage book, according to them, they translate it as you have essentially rejected the Quran. Serious, I don't know how their logic works. If I see a highly educated person following hadith, that is where I get to know education is not about wisdom, intelligence. I get to know we can have educated fools also. Somebody can be highly educated, but is a fool. Yes, because you don't go to school to learn wisdom. Yes, so that's why you have the likes of Yasir Kadi and so on. Numan Ali Khan, no matter how eloquent you see them talking, they are mushriks. So he says, if you reject hadith, you reject the Quran. What kind of logic is this? Oh my God. Quran chapter 17 verse 88, God says, Kul la ini jitama'atul insu wal jinnu ala an yatu bimithlihi hadha al-Quran la yatuna bimithlihi. He says they cannot bring the mithli of the Quran. Walau kana ba'duhum li ba'dum zahira. Even if they assist each other, they cannot bring the like, not even the Quran. Listen carefully. When we say mithlihi, you should bring something like it. We are not even talking about bringing it as a whole itself. If I have a phone and I say bring a phone like it, it means I'm not saying bring the same thing even to me. Go and bring something which we can even put next to it to look like this. According to God, you can't even bring the like of the Quran. Even if the humans have the assistance of genes, they can't. Ask them the simple question. Quran is from who? They say God. Hadith is from who? Yeah.
Well, you also reject tafsir of the Quran, you reject.
Then they continue, you also reject the tafsir of the Quran, where God says in Quran chapter 25, verse 33, وَلَا يَأْتُونَكَ بِمَثَلٍ إِلَّا جِئِنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَأَحْسَنَ التَّفْسِيرَ. They will not come to you with an argument, with an example, with a case, with an instance. Nothing will they bring forth. But God says, we have brought you the truth and best in tafsir. And we know what the truth is. Al-haq min rabbik. Fala takunanna min al-mumtarin. Quran chapter 3 verse 60 and Quran chapter 2 verse 147. The truth is the Quran. That is why God says, we have brought you the truth, but most of you hate the truth. لَقَدْ جِئْنَاكُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَكُمْ لِلْحَقِّ لَكَارِهُونَ. So we have brought you the truth, but most of you hate the truth. This is what the Quran says. So the Quran is the haq. If you ask even the mushriks, they know the Quran is the haq. But consciously they will say yes. Subconsciously they don't agree with you. Let's continue.
And you reject the ulama, you reject.
Then they transfer from the tafasirs, then they go to the ulama. When God says, Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu atiu Allah wa atiu Rasul, then he says, wa ulil amr. He didn't say wa ulama or wa ulama minkum. No, he says wa ulil amri minkum. These people now take the word ulil amr and now put ulama there. Even when God says, Fas'alu ala zikr, people of remembrance, people of the remembrance. These same bozos will take the zikr out and put knowledge, ilm. As if God says, Fas'alu ala ilm. God never said that. They like to correct God on everything because they don't agree with the explanation God himself did. No, they don't. I'm serious. And this is why they hate people who follow the Quran, and they start tagging us, giving us name, misrepresenting us. Let's continue.
You reject the entire scholarly and Islamic tradition. Another point.
Then they go ahead to say you reject the entire scholarly and Islamic tradition. Islamic tradition. These bozos think Islamic tradition has to do with Prophet Muhammad, that is where Islamic tradition emanated from. Remember, Prophet Muhammad was asked to follow the Millata Ibrahima, the Millah of Prophet Ibrahim. He was the one who was made as an imam for mankind. Wallahi lazim. Prophet Muhammad is the imam for Anas. Yes. That is Prophet Ibrahim, not Muhammad. Prophet Ibrahim is the Imam of mankind. Quran chapter 2, verse 124. It is Ibrahim who has been made as a leader, as an Imam. So when somebody is your Imam, he is the one you look up to, you follow. Yes. So we are supposed to follow the creed of Ibrahim. Of course, there have been prophets like Hud. There have been prophets like Salih. There have been prophets like Nuh, and so on. But how come God chose Ibrahim? Because he is the best example we have to imitate. Yes, God could have said, okay, we follow the millah of Isa or Musa or Muhammad himself. He could have said that. But he said we should follow the millah of Ibrahim because Muhammad himself, he confessed by following the millah of Ibrahim. Quran chapter 6, verse 161. He said, Kul innani adani rabbi ila siratin mustaqim, dinan kiyama millata Ibrahima. He mentioned it clearly to you. God has guided him on the straight path. That is the millata Ibrahima. Because Ibrahim was not a mushrik. وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. So that was the millah Prophet Muhammad himself followed. And in Quran chapter 3, verse 95, he says, Kul sadaqallahu fattabi'u millata Ibrahim. That is what the Prophet was asked to tell the people as a messenger. Kul, God clearly told him, Kul, chapter 3, verse 95. Tell the people they should follow the creed of Ibrahim, because he, the Prophet, himself follows the creed of Ibrahim. So when Sunnis are talking to you, they make it sound as if Islam started in the 7th century. This is how they make Islam seem like. And this is why Islam has been misrepresented by people. And they keep telling, oh, Islam came after Christianity. Look at the bozos. I was talking to a lady and I said, so Prophet David, was he a Christian? Then she got confused and she was like, no, he wasn't. And I'm like, oh, so he's not a Christian. So no, none of the prophets were Christians. She said, no. And I'm like, but you guys say the only way to go to heaven is to become a Christian. You see, the logical fallacy they commit, they don't see the problem, right? Indoctrination in religion, this is how it feels like. And that is where cognitive dissonance sets in. So those people will avoid the discussion. They'll tell you, you know what, you keep yours and let me keep mine. This is what people do. You keep yours and let me keep mine. That is when people are avoiding the truth, because they don't want you to probe deeper, because you expose their ignorance. So you keep yours and let me keep mine. Anyways, let's continue with this bozo.
Another point, how would you even know the Quran is preserved? You have
Look at the stupid statement. Another point, how will you know if the Quran is preserved? I have the Quran in front of me. I'm reading. It's from God. I have the book. It's claiming to be from God. So I need to investigate the book. I'm investigating. So I know it's from God. I don't have a reason to doubt. Because according to God, nobody can make such a book. No other book. Nobody can make a different version and say, oh, this is something else. No. Quran is the book of God. So now, if you say, how will I know the Quran is preserved? What kind of statement is that? That is, I need the hadith to tell me the Quran is preserved. So do you see how they belittle the Quran? God says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ إِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجِدُوهُ فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. God is telling you in Quran chapter 4, verse 82, do they then not contemplate the Quran? Then he says, had it been from other than God, they will have found therein numerous discrepancies, or we can say contradictions. God has already given you the rule on how to investigate things. You just need to contemplate. I need to do the tadabbar of the Quran to know if this is the one God revealed or not. I don't need, like when I had a debate with this bozo from South Africa, Sheikh Fahim. He said the historicity of the Quran. And I'm asking him, who gave you the authority to write hadith books? And then he says, oh, you think hadith is a book? We follow books. I love these mushriks. I don't know where they are getting their brains from. I think after God created them, then the brain was made in a different factory. Theirs is special. Hey! Let's go. Oh, why did I? Yes.
Preserved, you have no basis or evidence to prove its preservation without
Proven to who? So when I go to God on the day of judgment, I'm going to prove the preservation of the Quran. I'm not there 100 years ago. I should be proving something about 100 years. How did the people in 100 years did something? I should prove that. What kind of nonsense is this? According to God, when people are past, you are not answerable for what people in the past did. I'm serious. According to God. When you go to Quran chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, then you go to 134. Then God is telling you, Tilka ummatun qad khalat, laha ma kasabat, walakum ma kasabtum. So God says, that was a nation which had already passed. It will have what it earned, and you will have what you have earned. And you will not be questioned about what they used to do. These bozos always want you to explain to them something of the past. How did these people did this? How did they do this? And what? God revealed the Quran as a miracle. It will get to me. It will be here. I will see it. I have it. So you guys, you the sectarians, you actually doubt the Quran. So you need the hadith to be convinced about the Quran. This is nonsense. When God is telling you, contemplate the book, all you need to do is investigate the book. So my question to you, the Sunnis or sectarians, is, do you doubt the Quran?
without hadith. Technically, you also can't prove that the Quran itself.
It says you don't have evidence without the hadith. So that's how they make the hadith dependent. You have to be dependent on those comedy books. Then he said, did the Quran come from Muhammad?
Came from Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, revelation from with him. If you reject the hadith, you would also be rejecting Muhammad.
Oh my God! If you reject the hadith, you will not know that the Quran came from Muhammad. Hey, Allah oh my God! Quran is talking to Muhammad in Quran chapter 20, verse 2 to verse 4. It says, "Ma anzalna alayka al-Quran litashqa illa tazkiratan liman yakhsha." We did not reveal the Quran to you in order to cause you stress or distress. It is to serve as a reminder for whoever fears, who have the fear of God. Like, But then if you say, without the hadith, we cannot know the Quran was revealed to Muhammad. Hey. Allah, this music. Then they go ahead to say you are rejecting the life of Prophet Muhammad. Oh my God, where did God say I should? Hey, these people consider biography of Prophet Muhammad part of Islam. So, by the way, we need the biography of Ibrahim too, because we are asked to follow his creed. I don't see anybody trying to study the biography of Abraham. We need his biography because God asked us to follow the creed of Abraham. So I guess his biography is important, ladies and gentlemen. How he was born, how he was not circumcised, and so on. Yes, we need to study that. Biography, Sirah al-Nabawi. Allah, these mushriks. Oh, I'm done being so serious with this comedy. Seriously, they are comedians, wallahi. Let's continue.
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's life, you would actually know nothing about him. You could follow no seerah as you reject all hadith. You would know.
So according to them, you need to accept hadith to follow the seerah, the stories given to you about Prophet Muhammad, Meaning one of the stories where they say he married a 6 years old girl. Sahih al-Bukhari 5134. So yes, it's part of the Sirah. Yes, and then when he married this girl, 6 years, 9 years, he was playing with toys. I don't know what toys they have that time. Or who is making toys? Because they only get the sticks and what is it? By the way, guys, what was she using as toys to play? They didn't tell us. What was she using? How to implement the Quran. Without the hadith, you cannot know. This is what they are telling us. Yeah, without the hadith,
I don't know the details of how to implement the Quran, as the Prophet was the walking Quran. And when
the Prophet was the walking Quran, as if the Quran was only for the Prophet. God says in Quran chapter 2, verse 185, Sharu Ramadan allazi unzila fihi al-Quran hudan linnas. He didn't say hudan lil Muhammad. No. Hudan linnas. Remember, Prophet Muhammad was only entitled as a messenger to teach the ummiyina, who were not acquainted with the book. Yes, his people, they were not acquainted. So he has to now teach them to know the book. Because those are his people. You tell me, if somebody has knowledge, he needs to be taught. You think if his people already knew the book, he has to teach them? Where does it say in the Quran that Prophet Muhammad was sent to teach the children of Israel? Where in the Quran does it say Prophet Muhammad was sent to teach the children of Israel? Because they already have knowledge. They have the book. When somebody has knowledge, you don't teach them. If I know how to use a phone, you don't teach me how to use the phone again. And say, Baba Shuaib, come, I want to teach you how to make a phone call. Come. You see, when you dial 0 here, then you dial this, you see the keypad, you punch. Can you imagine? I already have knowledge of using a phone. Then you are teaching me how to use a phone. No. So he was supposed to teach his people because they are not aware of the book. They never receive any book from God. So because he is the first to receive, he has to now teach them to know what he knows. So it was ummiyina, his people. They were unlearned concerning the books of God. They have no idea what the book of God is about. So they have to be taught by one of them who knows. This is why, Baba Shuaib, if I know how to use a phone, and maybe iPhone, and you, my friend, are ignorant on iPhone, I need to teach you. Or you are unlearned concerning iPhone, I need to teach you and say, hey, my friend, when you're using iPhone, this is how it works. You need to touch, press here, do this. That's it. Right? But these people have made the Prophet as God. They make him demigod, as if Islam cannot exist. Nothing in Islam can function without the caricatures, personality they created in their book. I'm not talking about Prophet Muhammad of the Quran. That is an exceptional man. Quran chapter 7, verse 157. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِهِ وَعَزَّرُوهُ وَنَسَرُوهُ وَاتَّبَعُوا نُورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ. Yes, these three things. You have to respect him. I honor him. I respect him. I support him. And then the fourth thing is to follow the light which was revealed with him, which is the Quran. The Quran is the light. The book given to him is the light. If you say Prophet Muhammad is the main light, then why did he die and leave us? He was a Siraj Munir for his people as a prophet because they are in darkness. Yes, his people, not me. I am not in darkness. His people that he came to, they were in darkness. So he was a Siraj Munir for them. So when his time got finished, he has to die and leave. But now I have the book of God, which has the light. So if I'm an enlightened person, I can follow the light from the book. I don't need to follow Prophet Muhammad again. He's dead and gone. And this is the psychology these mushriks don't understand. And when we speak like this, they think we are rejecting the Prophet. So these people always live in the past. Yes, this is why they keep giving you jumbles of narrations from the Sahabas and so on, trashing your mind with these garbage books. Then they will tell you, oh, the Quran also is 1,400 years book. Why are you following? Because it's dummy. It's from God. You're a dumb ass person. I follow it because it's from God. Your garbage books that you are following, is it from God? Why will I be wasting my time following garbage books from human beings in the past when knowledge is advanced today? I follow the Quran because it's from God. The God you know in the past is the same God and the same God in the future. He never changes, the same God. So he reveals something that I need to use going forward. Don't compare the book of God with the garbage books the scholars are giving you. You are very stupid to do that. Let's go.
In Quran, and when the Quran says how to pray, how to fast, you
The Quran says how to pray. Baba Shuaib has shown you verses from the Quran how to pray. It's not restricted, right? You can expand, but it's just a simple basic criteria you can formulate. That's why I wrote for the beginners. If you want to add certain things extra, there is no restriction. Where God says, no, you cannot add this in your prayer as long as you don't do shirk. Yes, as long as you don't do shirk in your prayer. You know how to pray. It's there. Fast is in the Quran. The mushriks don't do it according to the Quran. No.
would not know what it means or how to actually do these actions. How would you?
They keep just saying things. You will not know how to do this, how to do that. You, the one following hadith. If I meet you one-on-one, can you prove to me how you do this, how do you do that? You will not know. Wallahi, wallahi. Baba Shuaib has been calling these people out. They will never come forward. I will open the phone lines. You see the mushriks, if they are watching. You see the heebie-jeebies they come to do here.
How would you pray? What would the conditions of fasting be? What would the details of performing Hajj?
Because they don't study the Quran. These mushriks, they don't study the Quran. Had they be studying the Quran, they will find the answers there. Because they want everything to be exactly the way their garbage books tell them. So when the mushriks ask you, how do you pray? He's expecting your prayer to be 100% similar with his. That's why they're asking you, how do you pray? If you don't know, now I'm telling you, so that you know. When Sunnis and the mushriks ask you, how do you pray? To them, because they have been bamboozled in their head to think that the prayer formula that they have in the garbage books, that is what they are asking you, how do you pray? Because they are expecting you to bring the same thing. Of course, their scholars told them those ones, their exercise is not found in the Quran. Yes. The ones they are doing, the formation, is it 2-4-2-4-4-3-4? It's just like Barcelona formation. That one, they know you cannot find it in the Quran. Yes, it's not there. They know. So that when they ask you, how do you pray? This is the imaginary thoughts they are having in their head before asking you that question.
In Hajj.
So the last question is asking that then you don't know how to do Hajj. Upon all your hadiths that you are following, you are learning how, you know how to do Hajj. You end up kissing Blackstone. With all your garbage books that you have, that, without the hadiths, you don't know how to do Hajj. You ended up kissing Blackstone. Yeah, Blackstone. I don't know if they use sanitizers regularly, because on the spot, you have about 20 people kissing on the spot. Go and see the bacteria people are taking home. Yeah. So that was this guy. I played his video. What is his name? His name is Farhan Ahmed Zia. That is his argument. Somebody shared to me, and the person thinks this is a big argument. It's not a big argument. You see how I was dismantling his issues one by one. And if this is the kind of people I would love to have in a dialogue one-on-one, wallahi, I will silence them. Yes, I will silence this kind of bozos. Yes, God brought correctional officer out for a reason. If you think I'm joking, you be a man, you the mushriks watching me out there. Just be a man one-on-one. Come, let's have a civilized dialogue. Don't come and ask him a naive type of question, childish questions, because then I will have to leave you with my son. You have to go and face Salim for that, right? Come with this, with a level intact level of brain. Let's have a dialogue and let's see if you can last. So there is this scholar. His name is Ahmed Subie Mansour. Ahmed Subie Mansour from Egypt, right? There's this video of him where he was talking about Quranists because he is claiming to be Quranist. And let me tell you why sometimes it's wrong to be acknowledging yourself in such a manner. It can be trickish. At the same time, it is not cool to be accepting that tag for yourself, right? It's not cool. Anyway, so let me share the video. Is it the screen? I have to share this. So this happened in 2016 in Houston, Texas. So that is, it says, why the Quranists are the solution. The title itself is a problematic one, right? But I know this was the earlier stages coming forward. He has to use all these things to create an attention, right? So he is claiming the Quranists are the solution. At the same time, we are the problem. That's what the Sunnis said. The Quranists are the problem also. Okay. So he said Quranists are the solution, and I'm going to play segments of what he said. Then I'll take you to the question and answer session where he answered some questions, right? And then we move on. Then I'll open the phone lines for people to call me. You cannot get practices like that. Hadith. Dr. Mansour, are you okay? Something is wrong with your head. Let's continue.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sheikh Ahmed Subie Mansour. I am maybe I'm the only Sheikh from Al-Azhar here. I used to be assistant professor at Al-Azhar University and that's good.
No, how did you raise the volume, Dr. Sani? Did you press something on here? What,
Okay, don't do it.
does it this button?
Yeah, but if you just come closer to the screen.
Try it now. Try now.
This is not for my time, huh?
No, you have extra. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, and my appreciation to Amran and the organizers of this event. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm supposed to talk about the Quranist as a solution. I am the founder of HARDCOVER in Egypt and in Arab worlds, and the president of International Quranic Center based in Virginia here in America. Please visit our HARDCOVER website. It has very powerful Arabic section and a humble English section also. Please forgive my named English because I am a sheikh and full of Arabic languages. Anyway, I'm trying by my named English to outline what our Quranist trend or movement all about. First of all, our belief. We believe that Quran is representing Islam. No book but Quran. We uphold Quran and nothing but the Quran. And according to the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad himself was ordered in many verses to follow the Quran. And in Surah Al-Jathiyah, in Surah Al-A'raf, in Surah Al-Mursalat, we understand that there is no hadith you must believe in except the hadith of Al-Quran. So, this is our first belief. One scripture, Al-Quran, and one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Accordingly, we reject idolizing any human being, including the Prophet Muhammad himself. According to the Quran, Muhammad alayhi salam was a human being who was revealed the final revelation from God. But this revelation does not make him God. So we reject idolizing the Prophet Muhammad. We reject the superstition of so-called intercession of the Prophet Muhammad, the Day of Judgment. We reject making pilgrimage to the tomb related to him in Al-Madinah. We also reject that he is the master of the prophets or the best of them. This will be judged by Allah, not by us. Not by us. Also, in our belief, we pray, we fast Ramadan, we make a pilgrimage to the only sacred mosque in Mecca, Al-Kaaba. We make donation if we can because we are poor. We understand Islam as the religion of peace, tolerance, justice for all, unlimited freedom of religion for everyone, mercy, and all this what we call the high values. Because we believe.
Guys, I know some of you will already deem this as boring. I know that. The reason why is a lot of the Arabic speaking scholars, when they decide to use English, sometimes they've struggled to to formulate the words in a more profound manner to speak. So sometimes it's a bit how will I say? I won't use the word difficult, but it's on a slow pace, right? So this is why in the Western world, you find out that the ones who are more fluent in English, when they speak, then it's kind of But the scholars like this, they are more fluent in Arabic, as he said in the beginning. So he can be more fluent and express himself in Arabic language than English language. You understand? So many of times, that's why some of what they know, they want to pass it to the people in the West. So, people in the West can absorb this and actually pass it on. But the reason why I played the first 5 minutes was just to show you the presentation part of how he presented himself, using the slogan, calling yourself a Quranist, and so on. There is a problematic statement, right? Because then you have created another sect, just like we have the Sunni, Shia, and so on. You just happen to be a Muslim who follows the Quran alone for guidance. This is how you should be describing yourself. When people say you are a Quranist, let me tell you what it entails. Quranist, by definition, according to the sect, it means you believe in the Quran alone. That is a contradiction. You don't believe in the Quran alone. You believe in what was revealed in the past and present. Meaning, according to Quran chapter 2, verse 2 to verse 4, to verse 5, when you read where it tells you, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, right? It tells you, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, that you believe in the ghaib and you believe in what was revealed to you and you believe in what was revealed before you. So that alone makes you the believer in the book of God. You don't say, I only believe in what was revealed to me and not the one in the past. You understand? So any book God is revealed in the past, that the Quran confirms what is being said, that is believable, I believe. But not after the Quran. Ba'd al-Quran means something which comes after the Quran. Quran didn't say we should believe in anything coming after. But anything before, if the Quran confirms, I rock with it, I believe. So when you allow them to call you a Quranist, they are telling you that you believe in the Quran alone, which is not the case. I don't believe in the Quran alone. I can believe in any statement which was said in the past that God confirms. Yes, I believe. Mr. Kurusin, to thank you for the gifts, for the super chats. Thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you. So believe in the saying that you believe in the Quran alone, that is a misstatement. You have to actually say you follow the Quran alone for guidance. You follow. There's a difference between follow and believe. You understand me? So what you need to understand is when these people call you Quranists, that is the definition they are giving you, meaning you believe in the Quran alone. No. No. Please. If you are talking to somebody who claims to be a believer in God, maybe he doesn't classify himself a Muslim, but then in his scripture, he tells him that do not kill, thou shalt not kill. That statement he just said, do you agree with that person? You believe that statement? Yes, I believe. You get the point, because the Quran confirms that statement. So yes, I believe that statement. Yes, I do not have to kill somebody. It's an abomination to do that. So what you need to understand is agreeing with the norms that people are calling you Quranists, you are falling in the trap they are creating for you. And this is why I'm advising people, when you see people set up platforms and then they say Hadith rejector or Quranists, those platforms, when they set it up and you go, you are actually agreeing to the facts of what they are saying. Because number one, Hadith rejector, the Quran itself is the Hasan al-Hadith. It is the best hadith, as a matter of fact. And the God says, فَلْيَأْتُوا بِحَدِيثٍ مِثْلِهِ إِن كَانُوا صَادِقِينَ. Let them bring a hadith like it if they should be truthful. So the Quran's hadith is incomparable. That is why God calls it the best hadith. Are you getting my point? So when you agree, when they call you hadith rejected and you agree, you are falling into that trap. But sometimes for sarcastic reasons, listen carefully, for sarcastic reasons, I have a video where a guy joined my platform and he calls me what, a Quranist. And I ask him, why are you calling me a Quranist? He says, because I believe in the Quran alone. I said, I don't believe in the Quran alone. I follow the Quran alone for guidance. Then he says, yes, still that's Quranist. Then I asked him, Prophet Muhammad, did he follow any other book? This guy said, no. How many books did he follow? One. How many books did he bring? One. So does that mean we can call Prophet Muhammad Quranist? Because you are calling us Quranists because we have the Quran and that's the book we follow, right? Right? So my role model should be Prophet Muhammad because that is the book he followed and he never followed any other book. Then the guy said, no, we cannot call Prophet Muhammad Quranist, but they can call us Quranists because, and I said, dude, are you listening to yourself? You said by definition, whoever follows the Quran alone is a Quranist. So Prophet Muhammad followed the Quran alone. He is our first role model. For God's sake, apart from that, then we have Umar. Guys, if you don't know, go and read Sahih al-Bukhari 5669. Yes, apart from Prophet Muhammad, who is a Quranist, Umar is a Quranist also. So like what I said, in order to be sarcastic, for the sake of being sarcastic, sometimes when you agree with the flow, it's just to use it in exchange of arguments, to let them look foolish and stupid. Are you getting the point? Because by their definition is what you are using to counterattack. Yes. They define that, oh, he follows the Quran alone, so he's a Quranist. Oh, really? You are Bukharists. Bukharists. Anyways, let's continue. So I want to play the question and answer part. There was some interesting questions which was asked to Ahmed Subie, right? Those questions are interesting. So I want to play that part. But unfortunately, the video I'm playing, Lioness of Somalia, you are laughing. The video I was playing from Ahmed Subie Mansour, that video, the quality of the audio was a bit down. So in case you are listening, I've put the volume on 100 on my side. So please, when you are listening and I'm playing the video, kindly increase your volume on your end when I play the video, right? So that you get what is being said. Let me see here. I share the screen. So I jump to minutes 21. I think it's at 21. It starts at 21. Yes, here.
Finish the danger of ISIS and other and its allies. We are trying to marketing ourselves in America here since 2003 until now. And we have a big zero. And do not ask me why. Thank you.
I think you're going to have many questions. So
Yes.
we'll bring in with.
That's why I am
yeah.
short in my.
We have a lot of time.
You know, Sheikh usually talk a lot.
But you guys, let's quiet down so we can hear the first question, Dr. Imran.
So, a quick question for Sheikh Ahmed. I've read your research, of course, and just to maybe bridge the gap between the Quranistic solution and maybe other options among the Sunnis and the Shia and the Ismailis and all the other options, can you speak a little bit about Abu Hanifa and Sayyid Ahmad Khan, some of these figures that I think within the Quran are well respected? Can you speak a little bit about some of the ancient and pre-modern Quranists?
Thank you, Amra. Thank you so much. Actually, you have two parts in your question about the common between us and all of you. We have different, we have different religions, but we have something common. If we believe like us in unlimited freedom of speech and religion, we are brothers and sisters. We are against the one who impose his religion on others, who kill people in the name of God. I think we all of us approve this. And by the way, in the Islamic State in the time of the Prophet Muhammad, the peace is the thing that identified the citizen. As long as he's peaceful, he's a citizen. If he carry a weapon against the people, he become kafir. And this relates us to the meaning of Islam. Islam in Arabic language means two things. Salam means peace, and the taslim means submission. In dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you submit your soul to Allah, to Allah. And this is your responsibility, your funeral, you are responsible for this. No one can interfere in this relationship between you and the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what we concern is the Islam as the meaning of peace. As long as you are peaceful, you, brother and sister, all of us, we are in the same religion of Islam in dealing with people. So the one who violates the peace, killing the people in the name of Allah, he is, according to the Quranic terminology, he is a kafir, infidel, mushrik. It needs a lot of explanation, and we explain it in many articles. So this is the first part. The second part is we come not from nothing. Abu Hanifa, in my opinion, as one specialized in Muslim history, he is the best. He denied all the hadiths in his time. He was born in, he was killed in 150 of Al-Hijr. And there are other people who have the Quran as the only book over the centuries. until in Egypt, Muhammad Abd was our teacher. And he has a school still, and we built on it as a Quranist. He was Azhar, and I am Azhar. And Ahmed Khan also, and others. So the problem is, we are advocating the abandoned Islam, which is based on peace, justice for all, freedom of religion, human dignity and human rights, mercy. But we are abandoned, like our belief. Thank you.
The brother there, yes.
Actually, I have 3 questions. The first question, my first interaction with the Quranists is actually in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria to be specific. I just want to ask you, is the movement just Egyptian-centric? Is it just in Egypt, or do you have a form of like global alliance and global network with other similar groups in different other regions of the world? And my second
let me answer this because I am older man and I usually forget. In 1977, there was one Quranist in the University of Al-Azhar. It was me. When I was put in a jail, it was 36 or 33 individuals with me in the jail in that time. After I was released and worked as an independent scholar, it becomes hundreds, then thousands of Egyptians and Arabs. In the second wave of arrest, I escaped it and came here as a political asylee and working in National Endowment for Democracy, then at Harvard Law School for 1 year, then at many places here, and have internet. God bless the one who create internet. We now more than 10,000 scholars in the entire world. I know about 20 of them personally, but on internet, it's a new world. We know each other. They contribute on our website. They try to help us. Even in my neighborhood in Virginia, there is a lot of Quranists, and we have a problem here. They wanted to pray the Friday prayer, and we pray in our house. This very poor house. So in our backyard, we wanted to build a room, musalla, and we try to find money, and it's still a problem. So the Quranists are everywhere. The second question.
Briefly, my second question is, in my early years of studying the debate of the Quranians, of the Quranists, sorry, how do you deal with contradictions? Because some of the things you believe in, some of the things you said that you actually believe in, they are actually other verses in the Quran that contradict some of this. It's just, for example, the scholars who, always love to like promote the image of Islam as the religion of peace. There are also different verses in the Quran that explicitly calls for violence. So in your case, how do you actually deal with the contradictions in the Quran? I mean, what contradicts
As I said, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm old one. As I mentioned, we understand the Quran according to its terminology. If you read the Quran and understand it according to other terminology, Sunni terminology, tafsir, so and so, we have a bigger problem. We have contradiction in everything. So the first of all, as a rule, it is scholarship, not in the Quran. When you read any book, you deal with the book according to the author, to the writer terminology. Don't impose your terminology on him. then you misunderstand what is was. This is the same in dealing with the Quran. You understand Quran according to its terminology, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا. If this is from other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you find a lot of differences in it. By the way, with the respect of my sister here or my daughter, there is no ijma' at all. Even Ahmed ibn Hanbal said it. He said من ادعى الإجماع في شيء فقد كذب ومن أدراه أن الناس قد اختلفوا وهو لا يعلم. Who claims إجماع and everything, he is wrong. How could he do that? People differs while he did not know, while he does not know. Muslims are three human-made religions: Sunni, Shia, and Sufism, and now we have Baha'is. And inside Sunni, we have 4 schools. Inside every school, we have many differences. We are taught in Al-Azhar. When I was in secondary school in Al-Azhar, it's the same phrase in every page in Kitab al-Fiqh. اختلف فيها العلماء. The scholars have differed in this issue. When you read Al-Muwatta, you find in نواقض الوضوء, the ablution could be vanished. He collected about 18 hadiths. Some of them, when you touch your private things, your ablution gone. And another hadiths, when you touch it, no, doesn't matter. You find in Al-Bukhari, in one page, different hadiths. I am talking as a scholar. 40 years in this garbage. Sorry, I'm talking about the sect.
Guys, when I was watching this video, when I got this to this part, I was laughing so hard when he said 40 years in this garbage, because he dedicated his life to study those issues in the school. So when he used garbage, I remember correctional officer, strict. But I don't understand why this guy says sorry. What are he saying sorry for? But anyways, he didn't mean at that time he wasn't directly attacking the hadith. Like the garbage is learned from school. That's what he's saying. So 40 years in this garbage, he has to say sorry because he wants to pass his message. Hey, so in case you had garbage, he didn't start from correctional officer. Anyways, I heard this part. Of course, when you are listening to him, it might sound boring because of the effort he has to use in order to speak the English, right? But yes, this happens to a lot of fluent speakers of Arabic language. They struggle with combining words in English because the structure of Arabic language is way different from the structure in English, right? So when they have to gather words to form a sentence and so on, they have to gather a lot of momentum. So that's why when you see the typical speaking Arabic people, Arabians, the natives, when they are speaking English, you find it hard to grasp because accent plays a major role in what you say. So this is why in the Western world, they are trying, people like him, Ahmed, and the likes of them, they have quite a number of few who also want to propagate, help out, but most of them do their teachings in Arabic, right? So that is why we are also doing our best to uplift the message, but there are certain things they might say I will not agree with because they will say it in a way that I see loopholes in. Right? So when it comes to the truth, it's not about the scholarly work you have done. It's about the truth, how it can be break down and examined. And that is what Baba Shuaib does, right? So I'm playing this just to show you the concept of ideas emanating from people like this, these prominent ones. I have the other ones. Let me see. Before I finish the video, there's this. Okay, let me finish this first. I'll play this. Let me finish this video.
Books that were imposed in us on Al-Azhar. So there is differences in Muslim heritage, Muslim human-made religions, but there is no difference in the Quran. If you read Quran according to its own unique Arabic terminology.
I think we're.
On that question, just to make clear, I think part of the question is, are you saying that Muslims have to be pacifists?
Pacifist?
Yes.
Pacifist, what does this mean?
Meaning not to engage in any violence
No.
whatsoever, or
No.
can they
No.
defend themselves?
Okay. We are not, as a Quranists, we are not pacifists. We are in peaceful jihad since 1977. By the way, the word al-sabr in the Quran, al-sabr, you call it patience.
Sorry, let me just explain what I mean by pacifist. Pacifist is a doctrine meaning that you don't believe it's permissible to use force whatsoever in any situation. So, for example, if
No. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. And talking about al-jihad in Islam, in Quran.
No, just war.
Excuse me, just me, because I forget everything. There is jihad by the Quran, peacefully. فلا تطع الكافرين وجاهدهم به جهادا كبيرا. يعني strive with the Quran against others. When you attacked and you are able to defend yourself, it is mentioned in Surah 2, verse 190. وقاتلوا في سبيل الله الذين يقاتلونكم ولا تعتدوا إن الله لا يحب المعتدين. And you fight in the cause of us, those who are fighting you, and do not transgress the limit, because Allah does not like the transgress. So it is in the Islam peace, but you may defend yourself if you are able to do so. If you are not and you are persecuted, it is a must to immigrate. This is not specific at all.
I think we'll have to close here. I'm sure that the Sheikh, as well as the other presenters, would be happy to have conversations with anybody later on, but in order to make sure that we stay on our schedule, we will close this round, and let's give a hand.
Yeah, so guys, that was Dr. Ahmed Subie Mansour, and he's one of the scholars, the Arabic language speaking scholars who are trying to bring the idea of following the Quran to the Western world. So there's the likes of Dr. Faid. There's Faid, and then there's Dr. Ali Mansour Kayali, right? You can look them up on YouTube, but most of them, they do their distance in Arabic language. They have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So there's this Ahmed Subie Mansour, Dr. Faid, there's Ali Mansour Kayali. Yes, they are prominent. They are very popular on YouTube. They are, right? They have done scholarly works, and they are still doing it. But the reason why is their attention is more focused on the eastern side. So that's why sometimes many of you might not get to know some of the findings. But it's always good in life to learn from people ahead of you, people who happen to have studied something before you. But what you need to look for is try to decipher between the opinion of the person and the truth. Always. Even people who listen to me, try to decipher between my opinion and the truth. Always let the truth be your preference, right? There is always an opinion from a person and what we call the truth. Always stick with the truth and not the opinion. The opinion, everybody can have their personal opinions, right? But it's necessary for a person to use the truth instead of using an opinion, right? So when you are dealing with somebody who happens to have done a scholarly work, or he is well endowed in knowledge, Always look in between the lines from the person using his opinion as compared to the fact or the truth. The truth is what you need. So when people approach me and then they ask me my opinion, I don't usually like people asking me my opinion about Islam or something concerning the truth from God. I prefer people asking me, what did God say about this or that? Did God say this is haram? Does he say this is halal? Yes, ask me those questions. Don't ask me, what do you think if I want to wear a gold chain? Do you think it's allowed? I should wear. It's not about do I think. Ask me whether it's haram or halal. It's not haram. Wear it for God's sake. What do you mean, bro? Do you think? No, don't ask me that. Right. So, yeah. So Pak says, how do you feel about Mohammed Sheikh? Mohammed Sheikh is a Pakistani based in Canada, right? And he does lectures. Yes, I agree with some of the things he say. I just don't agree with some of the things he also says, right? But yeah, he's doing well. I think he tries his best to stay in his lane. He doesn't attack people, and so yeah, it's fine. Some concepts that he has, I find it very, very weird. But yeah, it's not bad. It's good. Anyways, I put up the phone lines. I'll be going to TikTok also. So if you're on TikTok and you want to join me, please stay put. I'll be coming there, right? I'll be coming to TikTok. So this is my phone number I put on the screen. You can call me via WhatsApp call. You're ready to join. You're welcome. And I'll put the invitation. You can join as a guest. If you want to join as a guest, there's an invite. So let me put here, share. I put it in the comment section. Yeah, that's the WhatsApp number. You can call. It's +358 466 803144. You're welcome. And then we have the invitation, which I have shared. Let me see. Yeah, tell the mushriks it's time for question and answer session. They can join me. I'm ready now. If there's any Sunni here, I'm ready. If there's any sectarian here, I'm ready. Come. Enough with the bragging time. Now it's time to embarrass Baba Shuaib. So come, finally. The Sunnis, if you are here, kindly call. I'm ready now. The phone number is there. When do you plan to debate God Logic? He should be humbled. I sent him a message. He hasn't answered yet. I sent a message to God Logic. Like last time he came to my live stream watching here, I asked him to check his inbox, but he's yet to respond. Right? So yeah. What do you think of Numan Ali Khan's in-depth analysis of the Quran in his lectures? Do you think he overdoes it? He calls it tadabbur. Well, he has the right to think what he thinks. Yeah, there are some things he says I agree with them. Some things I just don't agree because yes, I think some things yes he can be proven wrong. But yes, let him do what he does. Oh, Jacob. The phone number is up there. Let me put it again. For the sectarians in the comment section, if you are here, kindly call, please call. Yes, thank you very much. The real Mishizi Sniper, thank you. Kindly call. Nura says, Baba, are you willing to debate Christian Prince? Yes, I'm willing, but I'm not going to places like Discord and so on. We need to do it on a proper stream. Maybe it could be YouTube, it could be TikTok. I know he doesn't like to show his face. I don't like the idea of Discord, right? I like a place where we can use um, an instance of, yeah, there's a reason why I want a video dialogue. But of course, if he doesn't want to show his face, fine. But yes, I prefer we go one-on-one on a place like YouTube to be better. Salam, is suicide forbidden in the Quran? Suicide by killing yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Momadi, what kind of question is that? Yes, it's forbidden. God says, do not kill yourselves. It's forbidden in the Quran. Hey, where are the sectarians? Where? Don't they want to call? Baba Shuaib is ready. I'm here. Please tell them to call. I'm coming to TikTok. After this, I'm coming there. In about 20 minutes, I'm coming there. Please, I put my phone number out there. The phone number is on the screen. Please. The Sunnis, the sectarians, if you come to my comment section, bluff, doing your bragging and brag, you have the bragging right now. Call. Call, and bring your bragging right here, please. Just call. Let me see. Is there any other question I've missed? All brothers, and you won YouTube. Hey, the sectarians, if you are here, kindly call. Oh, I'm waiting. Why, you don't want to disprove Baba Shuaib again? And also for those based in the USA, right? I think Donald Trump has actually, let me see, let me read the new update here. There is an issue posting to the US at the moment. So we're having an issue posting the Great Quran to the US. Ziad says, can we reprint the Great Quran for distribution in our country? I need to give you the approval to do that. So if you need that, you have to inbox me. Let's talk about that. And I need to know in whose hands who is going to be in charge of that before I give the approval. Right? Let's do this. Omar Sataur says, Baba, my father said that. I'll come back to your question, Umar Sataur. I'll come back to that.
Salam Baba Shuaib. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. I'm just enjoying tonight's show.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with your opinion on not defining ourselves as Quranists and just defining ourselves as Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who have our way of thought, they think they have to label themselves to have a point of view, which is kind of dangerous because then, like you said, it becomes another sect in itself.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that you pointed the difference out today.
Yeah, it does. It is something I've been pointing it out for some time now, because I think people are sleeping over that, and they think it's just normal to be accepting certain slogans for themselves, and it does classify us as another sect, which is very dangerous, and that is why the sectarians will have the need to be pointing fingers at us, because then if we accept that claim they are giving us, calling us hadith rejectors, calling us Quranists, and so on. With the moment we accept that, then yes, they are making us into another sect.
But what makes it doubly dangerous is the fact that what we say is factual, it's based on the Quran, it's not hearsay, it's not what a scholar from decades or centuries ago has said. So that's what makes it doubly dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. That is the problem. Mama de Pedro is saying, do you believe in the black magic? Yeah, black magic exists. It exists, it's there. Then he says, like being bewitched. Yes, a person can be bewitched. Yes, it exists. Yeah. Yes. Bro, I didn't ask your name. What's your name?
Oh yeah, my name's Abdi.
Abdi. You're calling from UK, right?
Yeah, UK. Yeah, I've been meaning to call in, but yeah, it's just being a bit busy.
Okay, yeah. So thank God you got me live today. I know it's late over there. Is it 11 or what's his time? It's almost 12, right?
Almost midnight. Yeah, almost midnight.
Okay, yes. I just chose to do the streaming at this hour because I know some people might be able to watch. But sometimes when it's too long, people cannot stay that long to watch because they have to work the next day.
Yeah,
but this is the more convenient time for me. That's why usually I choose this time to do the program.
Yeah, I think any later than this would be a problem. I think it's kind of doable for everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've got.
You have another question?
Yeah, this is more of a personal question for you.
Okay.
In terms of like your belief, what do you think about these people who, it's a hadith anyway, where they say you should love the Prophet more than your family, more than your wife, your kids, which is idolizing. That's not based in the Quran at all. That's hadith. So
yeah, it's not a Quranic concept to love the Prophet more than anybody. No, it's not that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is a concept they are bringing. According to Quran chapter 2, verse 165, you have to love God more than anything, anybody.
Absolutely.
God comes first. You love God more than anyone. Right.
You know, a question I think if you were to ask these people the question of, do you love Allah more? Do you love Prophet Muhammad more? Either they would not answer it, or it would be a 50-50 split.
Yeah, this they will avoid your question. They normally will avoid your question. They avoid our questions.
Of course.
Yes, because they feel like they have the authority to be questioning people, but they don't want to be questioned.
I mean, they don't study history. They don't know the origins of what they believe in. So, for example, the 5 prayers, it comes from another religion called Zoroastrianism.
Yeah, the Zoroastrian. Of course, the point is, no, some of them know this. They know this, but the point is, they will justify it by using the hadith books, which tells them the Prophet went to the heavens to go and bring the 50 prayers, and it was negotiated. So the idea is you allow them to say what they want, but then you pinpoint the contradictions in what they are saying. So
yeah, you pinpoint the contradictions by saying, how could the Prophet negotiate from 50 prayers to 5 when there's 3 prayers in the Quran? So there's already less prayers in the Quran than that.
Yeah. Yeah, their top scholars even don't are having this conflict of interest on this issue. Because if you have found out that you found some of their scholars saying, oh, there's 5 prayers in the Quran, some will say there is not, they're confused, right?
Of course.
But yet at the end of the day, they will tell you they are all following the hadith. So if they are following the hadith, how come some of their scholars are saying it is and some of their scholars are saying it is not? So they don't know what they are following, right? So they are people of confusion, and they want to cause confusion in every person's mind and head. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is why a person like me is out there. I try to lecture the people to see some of the nuances and some of the loopholes in their arguments, so we can use them against them. That
I
is
think what I like about you, Baba, is the fact that you say, okay, this is what I have found in the Quran. If you don't believe me, go and research it yourself.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Whereas
simple.
The people that follow the hadith, they say, you believe this. If you don't believe it, then
you are they say you are a kafir.
Where does that logic come from?
They formed that logic. It wasn't even the prophet who gave that logic.
To keep people ignorant.
Yes. They like authority. I think the authority suits them, so they want to just keep people subservient to themselves so that they can keep instructing.
I mean, they monetize the religion. So, for example,
of course.
If you take zakat, for example, they made it 2.5%. It shouldn't be anything at all. It should be whatever a person's willing to pay, so less or more.
No, exactly.
But by making it 2.5% and saying if you don't pay this, then you're not really a Muslim. Everyone, poor or not, is going to try and pay. So they're making more money that way by making it at 2.5% and guaranteeing that everyone pays.
Yeah, it's a taxing system. That's why I call it taxation. They are taxing people. Because the moment you are given a percentage that a person has to pay, that becomes a tax.
Exactly.
God is not taxing anybody. He gives you the freedom to. When the messenger said, God said to the messenger, when they ask you what they should spend, then God says, "Kulil afu." When we say afu, it is we say courtesy, something which can be excess, meaning I have enough that I can give somebody something.
Exactly.
So that's just the point. But they will try to put a percentage, which is not correct. It's not accurate.
Exactly.
So the rules or regulations they give people out there is problematic, but they don't allow people to question the status quo, and that's the problem.
I've had debates with people on social media, and then I'm trying to pinpoint to them. Find where it says in the Quran that zakat is 2.5%.
It doesn't say in the Quran. It's a concept coming from the hadith books, right? And they uphold the legislations in the hadith book over the Quran, so they don't care what the Quran has to say.
I mean, the way I see it, Papa, is the hadiths have in their eyes surpassed the Quran. Allah to them is like our old God who's replaced now by Prophet Muhammad, who's taken his place. The followers of Prophet Muhammad, the early followers of Prophet Muhammad, have taken the Prophet's place, and then Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, they've taken their place, the Sahaba's place. That's how I look at it. It's like they've replaced, each one's been replaced by the other.
Yeah. Somebody's asking me a question. Sharif says, Baba, does Islam authorize euthanasia? God says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. You should not kill a soul that God has forbidden except by just or by right. So when we say by right, it depends on the context in which you classify something as being right or wrong. So we have people who are in the situation, death becomes better for them than being alive. We have people who are in a situation that even if they are left alive, they become vegetable. It's just so they prefer to die than to be alive. Right? So based on the question the brother is asking, some people want to just go through a procedure of being put to death. I think in countries like Netherlands, they have that. It's official. People go and pay for that so that they are put to death. It's just by lethal injection or something like that. So if it is based on the context in which the person finds themselves and they feel like, but I think that this is something which needs to be abolished. It shouldn't be encouraged, where people will say, I'm tired of this life, so let me go and kill myself. No, I don't, Quranic wise, I would say, no, it's not something should be allowed, because even if
what you were quoting sounded more like it was self-defense than taking your own life if you feel like your life's not worth living. It sounded like more self-defense what you quoted a second ago.
Yeah. This is because the moment people want to pay to be put to death in a silent way, it's like they are killing themselves. I call it suicide.
Absolutely.
Right. I call it suicide, and this is not something Quran propagates, because Quran doesn't condone the killing of yourselves. Yes. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Brother Abdi, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Keep on watching. I still have some minutes ahead, so let me give other people the chance, then we continue. Thank you. Peace. Mobade Pedro says, Babas, the Sirat al-Muntaha, the forbidden lotus tree, is this tree located on earth or in heaven? In the context, it tells you there's the vision which was used to show the prophet something, right? And according to the story, the vision is not on earth. It is beyond the realm we are in. So it's a vision which was used to show. But Sidrat al-Muntaha, when we talk about that, because now it doesn't exist, it only existed at the time of Adam, when the forbidden tree was made for them. That Adam was created on earth. He was based on earth, and the tree they were forbidden from was on earth. But now, where is the location? The location is no more, because it's in the past. So the vision that was shown to the prophet is something of a sort of, we call it time travel. Right? We call it time travel. Like God will use that to show you a vision from the past that you were not there to see. So he happened to show the Sidratul Muntaha. But let's take the example of Quran chapter 6, verse 75. I want to show you something concerning what God told Ibrahim about Abraham. So God says, وَكَذَلِكَ نُورِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. So God says, and thus did we show Abraham the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, so that he will be of those who are certain. So Abraham was shown the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. How? Not physically. Usually is by vision. Then you get to see what God is showing you through visions. Right? So sometimes people have certain visions in their sleep, and they wake up from sleep and they are convinced it's real. There are a lot of things I've seen in my sleep as a vision, and it came to pass in real life. A lot of things that I have seen in my sleep as a vision, and it happened in real life like that. I've seen it. Yes. So this is the notion behind it. Yeah. Anyways, the phone lines is still on. People can still call. If you have any question before I go to TikTok, I'm expecting to find some mushriks on TikTok so that we can make it fun. I miss the mushriks because I wasn't here last week. Hey mushriks, are you there? Hello. Mushriks, are you here? I'll be coming there soon. Oh, you join me live. The mushriks, they just can't stop watching Baba Shuaib. They hate me so much, but they still watch me. Mushriks, if you are here, I'm coming soon. You come as a guest. Okay. So that's the number on the screen. Let me see. What did I miss in the comment section? Okay. Umar Satawur, you asked a question. Did I miss it? Let me come back. It says, Baba, my father said 7750. That is Surah Al-Mursalat and Jathiyat, and then Araf is in talk. Is what? Is in talk about scripture and God word level literature, not hypes. books, not hadith books, you want to say, or ordinary sayings of prophet, messenger man. Is there a verse in Quran about what? About what your father said? No, that what he said is not in the Quran. No. No. What he said is not, it's not a Quranic thing. Yeah. So that is.
Hello.
Yes, hello, peace to you.
Peace, Baba. How are you?
I'm doing well, brother. Your name is Hussein, right?
Yes, my name is Hussein from Australia.
Okay, yes. You called on my program before, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Yes, brother.
Just quick question. Sorry, there's feedback. I'm hearing myself.
You can hear yourself.
I can hear myself, yes.
Wait. I think that because the speaker is very loud, maybe that's why you can hear. Let me see. Can you speak up now?
Hello. Yeah, it's less. I can. Yeah. Okay, I'll make this quick. So the location of Mecca. Okay, I was having this conversation with a fellow Quranist the other day, and they were saying we don't know, and I know that I think you say it's well known. So the location of Mecca is the location of Mecca. Is this correct?
Yes, according to Quran chapter 48, verse 24, Mecca is there. It's mentioned there.
Right. So the location is established from the Quran then.
It's in the Quran, yes. And that is where you find the Masjid al-Haram, according to God. That's what God says. In the chapter I just mentioned, chapter 48, verse 24, you read up to 27. Mecca possesses the Masjid al-Haram, the sacred mosque. You find it there.
So what is this argument when they say it's all unknown? We don't know where it is. It's not in there, and then it gets confusing.
The person hasn't actually studied the Quran deeply enough.
Because they have these locations for everywhere else, but the only location they don't know Mecca. You know what I mean? They can tell me every single other location, Median, Sheba, blah blah blah, but Mecca, we don't know.
It mentions Mecca at the time of the Prophet, which is in the 7th century. It mentioned Yathrib. Yathrib can still be located. It mentioned Mecca. It mentioned Medina. All those can be located, and it exists. So if somebody else is telling you Mecca is somewhere else, they have to prove it by evidence.
They just say, I don't know. They don't even give another location. They say, I don't know.
Yeah, so they just want to confuse you, that's all.
Okay, I agree. And the argument was the same for the sacred months, the 4 sacred. I don't know those months.
You should watch my lecture on that. I have a lecture. I have the lecture on it, which is the sacred holy months, sacred months. I mentioned that.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask something. Maybe I misheard, but I think MFG says the location of Mecca is well known. Like this is a historical thing.
Yeah, it's there. It's since it has been mentioned since the 7th century. It has been consistent. So I don't understand. You see, there are certain things that you cannot change through the history of time. Let me tell you the things you cannot change. Let's mention September 11th. Today is September 11th. I'm already in 11th September. You are also in 11th September, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today is September 11th, 2001. What happened? World Trade Center, right?
Yeah.
Now, those are things you can't change through history. Are you getting what I'm saying?
I get what you say. I guess the alternative point to this is establishing your belief on history.
Establishing your belief, because Quran on its own is history. And the Quran has to conform with history in the past. Remember, it's here to confirm what happens, whatever happens, or whatever is there. right? If Quran mentions Makkah, Makkah has already been there, and Quran is mentioning Makkah. If Quran mentions something, the thing has already been there before Quran mentions it. So Quran is a confirmation of what was before it. Listen carefully. It is a confirmation of what was before it. Are you getting the point?
Correct. I get the point. Yes,
so
correct.
those things Quran is confirming. Anything Quran mentions is already there, has already been established. It's there. It's not now people who come and say, oh, you know what? I think, okay. So if somebody says Makkah is not where it is now, they should show us where Makkah is. Then we are supposed to find everything mentioned related to Makkah there, the new place they are saying. I heard some people are saying when we go to this place, Petra, some people are saying that that is where Mecca or something is. Now, how come it's empty? We don't see people going for Hajj or anything. So, has it been abolished? No more Hajj, no more anything again?
I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying.
So that is the confusion people try to put other people in, right? So, well, people are entitled to give their opinions, but the truth shall always remain the truth. Let the people verify and prove the truth. Truth is anything you can verify. So when people make claims, let them bring the proof that verifies the truth.
Beautiful.
Simple.
Okay, Baba, that's all. That's all my questions. That's all I had.
Thank you.
Questions.
Thank you, Hussein. Thank you.
One comment, unless you got someone else to talk to.
Yeah, somebody try calling, but you can ask you can make a statement before you go.
I was having a conversation with some of my friends on the weekend. You know, we caught up after a long time, and these are people that we studied, you know, traditional Sunni together, so they're a little bit smart, you know. And I was just discussing this new position, like that I found through you guys, and the conversation is so bizarre when you say I believe in the Quran, and then they start questioning, what is the Quran? How do you know this? It's such a weird conversation.
It is.
And it was, I found myself 5-10 minutes after the conversation thinking, oh my God, this is what FFG and Baba are talking about. They start saying, how do you know the Quran is from God? Where does it say it's from God? And preservation. We believe in the Quran because of the historical record. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on a second. They're not mentioning anything of the message in this book.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's history.
Yeah.
So that's all, you know. It's one thing hearing it on the internet, and when you have it in real life, it's eye-opening.
Yeah, it is eye-opening when you get to experience it in real life. It's a mind-boggling type of argument they try to present, right? But this is what they feel. In your eyes, they feel like it feels like they hate the Quran.
It does.
Yes, that's how it feels when you are interacting with them. And they don't see, because they have a veil on their eyes, so they don't see it that way. And they question you comfortably. Like, to them, it's comfort for them to be questioning you like this.
But you know, at the end of the conversation, they were in discomfort.
Yes,
because all the answers are in the Quran.
There is. They don't study the Quran, yes.
And I'm just saying this not because I blindly follow Baba or LFG or anyone else. I listen to your arguments. I investigate them for the last 12 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I believe it. Like, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, but that is the point. Look, let me tell you one thing. A lot of the Sunnis, the sectarians, they think people are following what I say blindly. A lot of them. Because this is how they have been programmed. Because their scholars let them follow them blindly. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
They happen to follow their scholars blindly. So when people are agreeing with the statements I put out there, they think all these intelligent and wise people listen to me. They think all of you are just following me blindly. And if they have watched my video, and if you check my profile, you check my bio, it clearly says I only lecture intelligent people. to the truth. So because these sectarians, they are sheeple, they are already kaput in the head. They don't have the iota of intelligence. That is why it's mind-boggling for them when they see intelligent people agreeing with what I'm saying. Because to them, they don't have the capacity to reason, right? They don't reason. So it is just, when you are making a statement, they will say, are you trying to say you are better than our scholar? That's all they have to say to you. Because they've already seen the scholar in a high position, right? So they don't see any flaws with the scholar. So it's like, my scholar says this, that's it. So that's a problem. That's just a problem with them.
Okay, Baba, keep up the good work.
Thank
Peace,
you.
my man. I'm out.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace. Mom Khadija, you try calling, you send a message. Let me see. You said, Baba, I have a dilemma. I have a question about when I die and getting buried. I don't want the mushriks to bury me. And so I now don't have anybody to bury me because allegedly the Muslims in my town of mushriks, and then the Christians are mushriks. And so are the Jews and the atheists. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, Mom, based on your question, let me copy the question here. I put it in the comment section, then everybody can see it here. Hey, JS, please don't let the mushriks come from you, please. So this is the question Mom is asking. This is what she said. She has a dilemma. I have a question about when I die and get buried. I don't want the mushriks to bury me. And so I now don't have nobody to bury me because allegedly the Muslims in my town of mushriks, and then the Christians are mushriks, and so are the Jews and the atheists. So what am I supposed what I want to tell you is, Mom, when you read Quran chapter 5 verse 27, right? Quran chapter 5 verse 27. Okay, she's calling. What happened? She stopped the call. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Peace. Mom, can you kindly mute the mic on your side, the video?
Okay. Okay.
I can hear you now, sounding clearly. Now, mute the video you are watching. You're watching my video on your side. Only the video you just need to mute. But now you can talk. You can unmute yourself so that I can hear you.
How are you, first of all?
Thanks to God. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well. How about you?
Fine. I'm so happy to hear your voice and see your face again.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Your voice is...
now my dilemma,
Uh-huh.
I have everything set up for me with my home masjid, but now I'm kind of worried about it because I'm like, I really don't want the alleged mushriks to get a hold of me like that.
Okay, I've seen your question. I've read your question to the public. It's just a simple answer to that. I was giving the answer in Quran chapter 5 verse 27 when you read up to 31. When two of the sons of Adam, when the other one killed the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
It happens that the bad one was the one who is burying the good one.
Yeah.
The moment a person dies, whatever will happen to the body has no impact on the dead person.
Thank God. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So it doesn't matter whether Christians are going to bury you, whether Jews, whether Red Indians, whether
yes.
Yes. So that is why when you read Quran chapter 17 verse 49 up to 51, God says, if you like, you can become stones or whatever you want to become. On the day of judgment, what matters is bring you back to life and call you, and you respond to him with his praise, and then you are back to life. It doesn't matter how somebody buries you. It doesn't do anything again, because you are dead. The soul has the soul has already existed. So it doesn't matter whether it's an evil person burying you. It doesn't matter.
Thank God. Oh, see, this is why I love you so much, because you help me
Yes.
alleviate so much anxiety.
Exactly. So, by the way, let me bring your attention to that. I used to have a very good friend, right, of mine. He used to come to my place to study. In Finland, here he's from Morocco, right? He was from Morocco. He's deceased now. And this guy, his name is Mehdi. Some of the people who are watching my lectures happen to know him. He used to come to my place to study. Like we discuss Islam, and he studies the Quran, certain topics. When this guy passed away, he has Arabia. There's his friends from Morocco. They went to bury him because they were in the majority. So when he died, he happened to be with one of them before he died. So when he died, they took him. Of course, I was able to go there and visit. I visited I paid a visit to his wife and daughter, and went for his burial. But then, when they took him, they went to do that ritual prayer for him. I was standing next to my car, and then they went and did that. And then at that time, somebody was asking me, so this thing they are doing to him, will it affect him? And I said, no.
Thank God.
The reason why I will tolerate at that time for them to do that, because it is their countryman at that time. So like those are his close friends, because sometimes they used to even tease him that, oh, your teacher is a black man. Yeah. I'm serious, and this is a conduct with some of the Arabian people. I'm not saying all of them, but this is a conduct with them. Yeah, they were teasing him. They say, "Oh, come on, your teacher is a black guy. He's from Africa." Okay, Then he happens to be more knowledgeable than them based on what he has studied from me. So when he interacts with them, they couldn't defeat him in an argument or debate or dialogue. Yes. So with that, they've been teasing him, and so he will come back and tell me what they have been saying about how they think why should you let a black guy be your teacher or something. But yeah, he's proud of it because he knew God was the one who gave me the gift, right? But when he died, he happens to be with one of them before he died. He passed away in the car, right? So they happen to have the power over his dead body. So they decided to go, but I was there. Of course, I was able to go to the burial, but I didn't participate in the prayer or whatever they did. But yes, when he was being buried, put in the ground, I was able to be one of the people who took the sand and poured on him.
Good.
But the point is, whatever they would do to the dead body doesn't make any impact on the dead person.
I'm really glad to hear that.
Yes. So it doesn't matter, even if it's an evil person or mushrik burying you. No.
Because somebody took my sister and cremated her, and she didn't want to be, and I've been living with that.
Yeah. The moment you are dead, even if you are cremated, on the day of judgment, God will bring you fully packaged again, and perfectly, even better than how you are now.
So you don't feel anything like
you're dead. The soul is gone.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes, when the soul is gone, the body is waste.
That's what I thought.
Yes. Because the soul is just it just needs something to inhibit, to go inside it. So the body is the one clothing the soul.
Now let me ask you this: the Quran does say that when you die, your soul goes back to Allah.
Yeah, back to God. Yeah.
So does it go back there and stay, or does it go back there and rest a little bit and come back and do something else?
Oh no, according to God, for instance, in Quran chapter 39, verse 41, right? Quran chapter 39, verse 41. Let me see, is that a verse? Verse 42, sorry. Chapter 39, verse 42. It says, God takes away the souls at the time of their death, and whose will not die during its sleep. Thus, he seizes that for which he has decreed death. He seizes it and sends the order until a fixed term. Indeed, there are signs in that for people who ponder. But now let's see the death of a transgressor. Quran chapter 23, verse 99. This is what God says. He said, until when death comes to one of them, he says, Lord, send me back, that I may act righteous in what I have left Nay, indeed, it is a word he is stating, but behind him or behind them is a partition until the day they are resurrected. So it means that this entity is going to another realm.
Oh.
You understand? Where the soul is going to be separated from the world. So he cannot interfere in the worldly activity. Because that is why he's telling.
I've always been taught that all of the souls are going to go to the barzakh. And I would be grateful if I didn't have to go there and just go.
No, the barzakh is only mentioned in relation to transgressors. And barzakh is just a partition.
This is exciting.
Yes, and the barzakh is just a partition separating the soul from the earth. That's all. The barzakh.
Tell me, I've been worrying all these years. This is just.
I give an example. You see, let's say somebody who is outside living his life, and then he happens to commit a crime and he's arrested. You know, they take him behind bars.
Right.
That person behind bars cannot interfere in what's going on in the outside world.
Right.
It's a similar concept.
I see.
You understand? So when the person is released from jail, it feels like resurrection again.
Right. Okay, so I just want to get this clear in my head so I don't have to be scared since I'm at the age when it can happen at any moment. When I die, my soul leaves my body. I go back to Allah. My soul goes back. Of course, my material body stays here, decays, and goes back to the earth.
Yeah.
But my soul, my soul go back with Allah, and I don't have to worry about being in the barzakh.
No. If you are not a transgressor, you are not going to the barzakh. Only the transgressor, and barzakh is not a location. The barzakh is just the partition which separates the soul from the earth. That is what we call the barzakh. The barzakh is a partition. So according to this, according to God, that same barzakh was used for the two seas, the ocean and the sea, the salt water and the non-salt water.
Yeah.
Yes, God has used the same word for it, barzakh.
I'm familiar with that.
Yes, so barzakh is not a location. It's just the partition which separates something from something. So barzakh.
So if I'm not separated, let me say, if I'm not separated, then I don't have any partition on me. I could be free. If Allah wanted me to, I could fly around and whatever. Be aware of.
Let me give you a broader explanation to this. For instance, in Quran chapter 2, verse 154. God says, and do not say about those who are killed in the way of God, they are dead. In fact, they are alive, but you do not perceive.
I love that verse, yes.
Meaning they are alive with God.
But I thought you had to be killed in the way, like if I just die naturally, I won't be killed in the way of Allah.
But I'm just giving an example. Like somebody, because somebody who is killed in the way of God is a believer, for instance, who has been killed in the way of God, right? So if he's a believer, he's going back to God, because if you die, eventually you're going back to God.
Eventually?
Yes.
Why eventually?
Eventually, because you're going back to God. It's an event that has to happen.
I mean, the way you make it sound is like after I die, I might be going through some other changes.
Because the point is,
I'm sorry, it's not funny, but I'm like a really.
Wait. Because I mentioned eventually because it's an unspecific time. I don't know what time you're going to die. I don't know.
Right.
So I have to say eventually. You are okay, but
so it's not after I die that it's eventually. It's like before, you're saying. Okay.
You know, because he said this. God has already decided that. He knows because he knows where your destination is.
I think the reason why I thought like that is because I have all these other things that I've been taught over the years. So when you said eventually, it's like I die now. I got to go through all this stuff to eventually get back. I'm like, boy.
Okay, so let me give you a simple breakdown to what I was saying. The reason why I say people when people are killed in the way of God, because many a times when people are killed in the way of God, people think, oh, where is the soul? The soul is staying there. Maybe they are killed at the war front, so they still cannot go home. Have you ever had that concept where people say,
yes,
oh, I think his ghost is loitering around, like that? So God wants you to understand the soul goes back to God. It's with God. It's alive with God. but you don't perceive that. So in Quran chapter 3, verse 169, 69, this is what God says. And do not think those who are killed in the way of God are dead. In fact, they are alive at their Lord, being provided for, or yarzukun, being sustained.
And that's really a good incentive to really try to do the best that you, all effort you can, to please Allah to get His approval.
Yes.
Because that's really something to work forward to when you hear it like that. But the way, like the sectarians and the alleged mushriks teach you don't get that idea.
Yeah, because because their concept of faith comes from their external books, the doctrines they have written. So they lie to people with those doctrines. And that's why that nowhere can you get the truth except from God. And God Himself is the truth. Right? So this is why it's more befitting to tell people what God says rather than telling people other people's opinion, because nobody has seen hell and paradise before except God. He owns it. So He has to tell you how it will be for you. Right? So that's just the point. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Mom. Thank you. Any more questions before I go?
Well, I got a lot of them, but I won't ask you now.
Okay, no problem. So let's leave it at it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Peace. So what did I miss? Let me see. You should look up Satan's last words. Yes, the body is just a vehicle. Yes, she's from the United States. Pac-Man, yes. She's my online mom, by the way. Yes. Sister Khadija, using the name on YouTube, Sister Khadija. That's my online mom. Yes. So anyways, guys, I think my time on YouTube, Facebook is up. I'm going to TikTok. I'll be there like 2-3 hours. If you want to have fun watching correctional officer dismantle the mushriks, you are welcome to join on TikTok, right? I recommend, since Donald Trump actually respited TikTok to stay in America, I recommend the people based in the United States try to get TikTok, right? And like I said, for people who wanted the copy of the Great Quran, who are based in the US, I have to have another means to send you, because there is a new postage rules coming in. So that is why some of you couldn't get your copies on time, right? So I'll try to make sure that the team will get your copy to you. It's either from DHL or any other means. We'll work on that, inshallah. So thank you for your patience. And also for those in Ghana, the copies I promised you, yes, you are getting your copies very soon, inshallah. Guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your presence. I appreciate you calling in and your contributions to this program. I might have to bring it to an end now. You can join me on TikTok if you want to have fun. Thank you very much, you all. So you might probably see me again on, let's check and see. Maybe Saturday you might see me. I'm thinking of starting to do twice in a week. Since now every 1 month, I might be away for 1 week because I have to spend time with the kids, more time with the kids, right? We have to, I just find out that I'm short of going to, a lot of amusement parks and other things with them. So I need to catch up on that. Yes. By the time they get to 17, 18, 19, that's it. The kids in Europe, in the Western world, they just abandon you, the parent, easily. They start going on walk of their own lives. So yeah, guys, thank you very much. This is Baba Shuaib, the correctional officer. Yes, as you can see today, I didn't look too tired because I ate. I actually ate before coming to do the lives. And that's why I put it at 12 midnight my time. So I started a bit later. Yes, I had to eat so that I will not be exhausted like that. So guys, I think that is it for now. The shocking news available right now on social media is Charlie Kirk has been shot dead. That is a sad news, but yeah, it's never good to lose a soul. But regardless, you only die when your time is up. If it's not up, nobody can stop you. Thank you very much, GS. Thank you, all of you. All of you in the comment section, thank you very much. Jazz, you can do this. Owl, peace to you. Sister Ram, Zarin, we miss you, brother. Thank you, Zarin. Momadi Pedro, all of you, thank you. Momadi Pedro, I think you should be getting your this thing very soon. I think it arrived in Mozambique already. You should be receiving it. I got a notification also that your book has arrived in your country. So hopefully you get it without any issues. And your correctional officer t-shirt. Yes, thank you very much. Somebody, Sheikh74 says, Dawa Wise channel, YouTube, live interactive stream, Hadith rejectors, come stream. No, we are not Hadith rejectors. We don't reject the Quran. The Quran is the Asan al Hadith. I'm not an Hadith rejector. As a matter of fact, they are Quran rejectors. I will be doing a stream where I'll put Quran rejectors. They should come. They will never come to Baba Shuaib. They are scared. Anyways, they just want an easy fight. Let them come. I'm waiting. Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Mom. God bless you. Thank you, Nura. Thank you very much. All those who supported, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. God bless you. Sharif, Pak, all of you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the topic to an end. Catch me live on TikTok. Yes, catch me live on TikTok. I'm out. Always give them a reason to remember your name. The correctional officer.